Morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. Welcome to our daily dose of success God's way. This is Erin Harrigan, your hustle with heart and health coach, helping everyone attain results for total health with Arbonne and helping entrepreneurs align results to God's truth. I feel like I've spoken on this topic before, but it's apropos for where I'm headed today. Earlier this year, as I launched Hustle with Heart Coaching, which is not what my plan ever was, it's something that sort of came out of nowhere. And I think to many people who know me, they think, oh, it's so natural that you would be doing business coaching. But that was not my plan. My plan was build a global Arbonne business, helping people live healthier and wealthier. And that was my plan. But our plans are not God's plans. So what does it have to do with today? Well, earlier this year when I launched Hustle with Heart, one of the goals that I set was to go to a women's leadership conference. Didn't know what that would look like, didn't know what I would find. But I follow Proverbs 31 Ministries. And if you've ever read any books by Lisa TerKeurst, The Best Yes, When Women Walk in Faith, she has so many books. Those are just a couple that I've read. She's the founder of Proverbs 31 Ministries. So one day I was just online looking up women's conferences, and it turns out that they have a conference called She Speaks, which is a conference for women who feel their ministry is to speak or to write, whether that's books or blogging or whatever. And I thought, okay, Lord, this is perfectly aligned. And if you followed anything that I shared last week in Success God's Way or my Hustle with Heart page, you know that recently I was interviewed for an online faith and business summit, which, by the way, I'm going to be sharing more about that later today. And the way that they found me was they were looking for people who hustle with heart. Hello. And it turns out that the person that heads the group that was interviewing me has connections to Proverbs 31. And I feel very strongly in my heart that I'm supposed to be connected to Proverbs 31. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that means I'll write a Bible study or I'll be on a stage or whatever. But here's my point, God's plan. So let me take you through Proverbs 16, which talks a lot about how we make our plans, but God directs our steps. And I'm going to skip around, but I really encourage you to read Proverbs 16. 16 verse 1, to humans belong the plans of the heart, but from the Lord comes the proper answer of the tongue. A person's ways seem pure to them, but motives are weighed by the Lord. 3, commit to the Lord whatever you do, and he will establish your plans. I'm going to skip ahead to 9. In their hearts, humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps. So here's the deal. I surrendered my Arbonne business to the Lord. And I said, Lord, just use me. Whatever that looks like, I don't care what the title is. Just use me. Use the gifts that you've given me. Let me serve and honor you. Use me. And from that, and from my experience through the wilderness and the desert of my business that God has delivered me through in the last 4 years, he put on my heart Hustle with Heart speaking and coaching. And so therefore, I made my plans, but he directed my steps. I committed my ways to the Lord, and he established the plans. So here's what I want to just add to this. And this is in the John Maxwell Leadership Bible. And this is what he says. This is called the law of navigation. Effective leaders practice the law of navigation. Proverbs 16 opens with these words, to humans belong the plans of the heart, but from the Lord comes the proper answer of the tongue. All persons' ways seem pure to them, but motives are weighted by the Lord. So these verses teach us to check our source of wisdom, check our motives, and check the outcomes that we are pursuing. So you guys, what plans are you trying to squeeze or fit a round peg into a square hole or force to happen when God may be wanting to take you in a very different direction? And God may be using the tool, the vehicle of your business to take you in a different place than you think it should be, than it looks like on paper, than the system shows the results should be. Have you fully surrendered it to him and allow him to take you on that journey? So I am so excited. I'm going to be coming to you live tomorrow morning from Charlotte, North Carolina at the She Speaks conference. I cannot wait to see what the Lord provides this weekend, the message that he wants me to hear. I have a feeling he's going to be really stretching me to do some different things that have not been on my vision board when it comes to Hustle with Heart. But thankfully, I have a fantastic coach, Dawn Schuler. Shout out, Dawn, who's going to help me navigate some of that too. But what I know is he's given me these two opportunities with Arbonne and Hustle with Heart that so perfectly intersect to be able to help people live healthier, create a business option, and create a business asset, but also take their business to a new level by aligning their results to God's truth. So get down below. Tell me how this resonates with you. What are those plans that you made, but God seems to be shifting you in a new way? Get on over to Success God's Way. We'd love to pray over you. Let us know how we can pray for you. If I can support you in your own journey of health through Arbonne, I have my next Arbonne 30 group starting August 5th. And if I can hold your hand through this pursuit of success God's way. You guys, I am not perfect. I have not arrived. I never will until I end up in heaven. And I've walked this walk though. And so I'm just a few steps ahead of where you are. And I'd love to allow my hindsight to be your foresight through God's insight as your coach. So let me know and have a fantastic Thursday. See ya.